Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Fed just come out with a statement. You had Powell come out with the news conference. Bottom line is that no rate hike right now. They're looking at September. That's kind of what the market's looking like, too. You know, status quo is out here. That's the bottom line. So let's take a look at this market out here. So what do we got last night? Well, check it out. So this was pretty cool, man. So Microsoft comes out with numbers, right? The market, broad market, 4 o'clock closed, of course, okay? Bottom line, they got smoked. They came down fast and furious. They're down over $20, $25. Right now, it's only down $3. It went to 412 today, rejected 412, and you can actually see when you're coming across here. This is pretty cool. It has the high volume low, and what it did, it went into the high of the high volume low, rejected it. Now, that being said, this is an ABC down, man. And it broke the B, and we're going to have it with volume. Let me see this. Yeah, you're going to have it with volume. So you can get a bounce out here, but this is another ABC down, and I suspect Microsoft's going to get into this 388 area. So this is going to get really intriguing watching this thing shake out. Now, if we go to the broad market and take a look at it, because we get to have an amazing, if you were trading futures when Microsoft come out, it was a field day. That's the bottom line. If you take a look at the Qs, now we have what the Qs is this. What the Qs did is that the Qs rejected the lows of last Friday, did it with lighter volume, so that's where you get your bounce from. That being said, your bounce is anemic. I was trying to get into the gap right now. So we're talking about the Qs, 32 million, and right now we're going against 58. We go take a look at the SPY. And what you have with the SPY out here is the same type of situation. Now, the SPY has got the gap, meaning covered the gap. The gap, 583.27. Now, we went to 553 rather, 553. One second. Yeah, 553.87. We went 0.227, 553.27. We made the 553.50. We're going into, it's hard to really comprehend whether I deal with 74 million. Yeah, it's basically 74 million. We gapped down. 34 million was what went there. So the bottom line is that at this point, you do have a rejection inside this gap. You have lighter volume. So now the real question is going to be like, how do we hold here coming into the close, number one? And, of course, what's going to happen is that after the close out here, we're going to have Meta come out, and Meta's going to move markets out here today. If we take a look at Meta, what you have out here, the low for the year is 274. The high is 542. Now, it looks to me that Meta wants to basically, it's up on no volume today. It's going to be a rejection of higher price. So my take is that Meta, we're at 473. We have a high volume low at 434. So it looks to me like this is going to be a disappointment coming in. If that's what we get, you're going to get big action again on the NDX 100 after the close. Gold. We take a look at the gold contract out here. We have with gold. Gold right now is running up $31, and we have 151,000 contracts. Now, we're going to need more contract volume than that for sure. It's a start, though. That's the other side of it. It's definitely a start, which is pretty cool because it hasn't gone, well, 5 days ago, it was going after the lows out here. 151. We really need a couple 100,000 contracts, but the bottom line is a good start. There's no two ways about that. Now, notes and bonds. Now, the note and bond market is trying to break out. The problem is that there is not enough volume. We get 2 million. No, you get 2 million now. This went up pretty quick. Yeah, you get a break topside. You have 12 ticks. You do have a break topside for sure. Let me just see what this ABC structure would be. That's 111.15. So you get 2.5 points, which would get you to 112. No, 113 was right now you're at 111.30. So cuts are coming, but I'll tell you, there was a lot of good questions out there about the aspect of, why not now? Should there be? Is it going to be? Well, one of the questions here about once you start, do you think that it's going to be one after the other after the other? And the bottom line is that was answered more so in the bearish than the dovish camp, meaning that no, that doesn't necessarily mean that. Now that being said, that's how the Fed normally works. That when they're raising rates, they go boom, 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 raising all the way up. When they're bringing them down, it's boom, 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 all the way down. Meaning, every 2 to 3 months, another quarter rate. And that's why my take on it is that's why this is taking so long. Because the Fed knows that once you actually start, the market participants are going to basically look to the past. And every time that the Fed does start, I think in the last 35 years, I think it's only once that they started, then had to go back up again, then had a double down. I believe they went down a quarter. This is 1996, maybe. They went down a quarter, went down another quarter, up, no good. They had to go up a quarter, and then bang, they had to go down a half to make up for it. So we'll see where that whole thing's going to shake out. We take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here today, and there's action. There's no doubt. Well, actually, let's go take a look first. I want to see. Let's go to these futures because let's see. Well, that was pretty fast on the way down. See, if I look at the NQs look to me like they can go to 390, 19,390, and we're at 467. If we go to the E-minis, I'm going to get this in before this break starts. The E-minis say 5546. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think.
1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry Pesavento Friday, July 12th and Friday, July 26th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time for 3 hours of live trading. For this month only, use promo code LarryJuly24 at checkout to save $50 on your first month's subscription. For all the information and to reserve your spot today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Tom O'Brien Show is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 91, Nasdaq's up 400, S&P's up 75. So let's get over. We had the S&P's hit that number I was talking about on the break here. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So here's the, right there. Okay, so this is the last time with volume. It's pretty amazing. I went right down to it too. The number we were talking about was 55.46, okay? And we just hit 55.46, okay? Now, that being said, what you have here, you came down on monster volume, man. I mean, we were going into 88,000 contracts, and we came in with 82,000. So that's telling me we're not finished. Now you're going to try to build cause to get through this area. That's what's going to happen. So we're up 75. This can be easily down at 5528. That's 20 points lower. We go to the NQs. Pull this baby out, and you're going to see the same type of setup here. Here's the last time. Yeah, oh, it's the NQs that haven't hit. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the NQ, I'm looking for 19,390. That's 50 points lower than where we are. We came down with volume. Not a lot, though. We didn't come down a lot on the NQs. That being said, though, I suspect you'll build cause here. This thing still wants to get hit. So this is going to be an intriguing close, no doubt about it. We know that on a daily basis, you're not going to have the juice, meaning you're not going to have the expansion of volume. You come down with volume, you're going against this area, the volume's contracting. That's still setting up for lower price. That's how this is shaking out. Let's go to Amazon. We take a look at Amazon. So Amazon's coming out with numbers tomorrow after the market. Right now, it's up 5 1/4. Amazon is going to be looking to take in $148 billion and bring $1.2 to the bottom line. Apple's coming out tomorrow after the market too. Oh, it's going to get real action tomorrow after the market, man. Holy cow. Yeah, so in Apple's case, you got to... Now, what Apple did out here, Apple was going into the same area where the gap is from last week, rejected higher price, did it with tremendously lighter volume. So Apple wants lower price too. It has a lot of support at this 220, and that's when it broke topside. But that being said, guess what? Let's see where Tesla is. Actually, I want to go into the video because NVIDIA's the strongest stock in the NDX 100 today. It's up $12. you get a bounce going. That being said, we already filled one gap in NVIDIA. It wants to go after the next gap, which is $96. The gap we just filled yesterday, we filled the gap from 106. We got to 102. You gapped away today. It's not bad volume out here today. And NVIDIA, I suspect what's going to happen. Let's see, 120, 116.63. So 116.63 is the number you want to keep an eye on NVIDIA. And what that is, that was the high that was generated from last Wednesday. As we get over that, if we close underneath it, that's saying, hey, guess what? Bottom line, lower prices. That's a rejection of higher price with lighter volume. That's how that's shaken out. We got to take a look at some of the higher volume equities. You got Broadcom up $16.50. You got, Amazon we already did. You got PayPal up $1.70. Inside the Dow Industrials. Let's see what we got here. And don't forget, folks, Tiger Dollars. This is the last day with Tiger Dollars. Well, actually, I believe it's the last day. Is it? Well, maybe tomorrow, August 1st. But that's how we discount product. The next one doesn't come until, either the first of the year, Christmas. We do it twice a year. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. You can say 20, 30, or 40%. You buy $500 worth of Tiger Dollars, we give you $600. You buy $1,000, we give you $1,300. The max out there is what is that, 15? Yeah, $1,500, and you get $2,100. That's the 40% bonus. That's how that shakes out. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. And let's go back over to the NQs again, because we just went up another 75 points in the NQs. The NQs are a trip, man. Whoops. There we go. Look at that. Actually, we'll see whether they can take it out. Let's see how many minutes here. It's 6 minutes. That's a good bar in 6 minutes. That bar got to 5:14, and we'll see whether it's going to give it up. Because so picture this. You know what's intriguing? This is what I'm trying to figure out here. This is kind of wild. So picture that you have Citadel, which is Griffin's company. He owns something like 70% of the retail market. Okay, so I was thinking about this, how this works, right? They're all computers that are running, and the differential of a Citadel is that they're buying order flow, and so the order flow goes into their system. So here's the platform, goes into the system, right? So you can imagine, I'm going to talk futures right now, okay? He has everything, but I just want to stick with one thing so you can kind of understand how this works. Because when this happened last week, remember last week what had happened? It didn't matter if you were a bull or a bear. At 4 10-minute periods, you went down about 25 S&P points, about 150 NQ points. You went back up the same amount. You went back down the same amount. You went back up the same amount. So now picture this. Watch how this could work. You own the platform, right? You see the orders in there. You know the computers see the orders because you have it, right? So it's like computers can get so sophisticated right now. So picture all the orders are lining up. And you have all these stop orders, whether it's down or up. And I suspect the computers are going to go with the larger trend, okay? So picture like, I'm just going to say, well, here, let's set this up right here. We'll set this up right here because this is cool. Okay, stay right there, folks. I'm going to walk you through this. This is technically, I believe this can be done. Dow's up 142, Nasdaq's up 437, S&Ps are up 85. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 182, Nasdaq's up 464, S&P's are up 92. And, okay, so I have the NQs up here. So I want to walk you through what I think these computers can actually do. But, well, particularly with Citadel, because they have so many orders, okay? So picture the computers know what all the audits are, right? On their scale, no doubt. And that will be the only one, Citadel, that they have them. They know what it is individually. If they're, you get Fidelity, you get Schwab. He's buying the orders off all of those people. Okay, so all those orders come in. So picture what just happened here when the first bar. So the first bar in the NQs, we went from 626 to 416. No, 526 to 416. So you were on 120 points. Okay. So imagine the computer's looking at this and saying, okay, hold it. The larger trend is up today. And what we have here is that you have all these stops underneath the market because, of course, that's a great discipline to have. The differential is that if all the computers can actually see these, which they can, they see exactly how many are down there. So what does the computer decide to do? Well, the computer says, you know what, man? I'm going to get down here, and the way it would work, let's say this one here went to all the way to 19,416 was the low. So the way you drive that down on the computer, you already know that, okay, between the top and the bottom, let's say there's, who knows, 500,000 stops, whatever that is, right? The computer says, okay, man, I'm going to go take them all out. So I'm going to sell to take them all out. But when I'm actually selling, I'm actually buying down here to flip the whole thing around, get people stopped out, flip the thing around, knowing that it's an uptrend we're in. And then basically all you have to do, and this one here, this bar is going over the bar from 20 minutes ago. But that being said, all you have to do is get that one bar. Get it up all the way again by hundreds of thousands of contracts, right? And I think that's how he actually is really making the kind of bread that's being made. And so picture that on every equity also, that you know where the buys are, you know where the sells are. He has almost unlimited cash. So the bottom line is that those fluctuations, particularly in the summer, I think he can go do it year-round, actually. The way I've been watching how they, because they're too close. The bars sometimes are way too close both ways. And then I start thinking about it technically. I says, hold it, technically, he knows where all the orders are. So that's a no-brainer. So the computer, the problem would be that, okay, if we have, X sells, let's just say it's 100 futures, and X buys above at 200, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to jam it down, take it, jam it back up. So, I guess I don't know if there's a way to verify it. I'm sure there probably is a way to verify it, but the amount of time it would take would probably be quite a bit. Let's go take a look at the actual Qs, because we're up 600 again. You get the high for today is 472.79. You're not going to have the volume, but if it can close at the highs, that'll get it the chance to go fill that gap. The gap is 480. We're at 472. The SPY, S&Ps are up 100. This will be important on the SPY, real important, because the 553.27 is important on the SPY. You get somewhat of an expansion of volume, nothing heavy. But my take is that this is still just a bounce, and this correction is not over yet. Because when you take a look, at this, I take a look at the SPY, we definitely rejected. This is a nice setup for yesterday, for sure. We definitely rejected the number with inside the SPY would have been 540.29. And we went down to 537. That was Wednesday. That was last Wednesday. You had volume there of 61 million. Yesterday we had volume of only 46 and a rejected lower price. So that's why you got the bounce. Real question is now is that what's going to happen up here? When? And then we also have, look at this. This is interesting. It filled the first gap, actually. It did. It filled the first gap on the SPY. There was a gap that was left over at 537, and we made it to 537. So that first gap was filled. That gap is from the 11th of May. Now, there's another one way down here at 505. It looks to me like we're going to bounce, and then you're going to basically go after about the 520 area. That's how the SPY is set up. We go to the Qs. The Qs blew right by its first gap. Look at this. That's just not even close. The Qs, the gap that was at 468, we blew right by that. We went all the way down to 454. Now, that being said, the next gap is down at 427. But I suspect what's going to happen here is that this high volume bar from 31st of May, more than likely, we'll see that. We got close to it yesterday. We got the 454 yesterday. The top of that bar is 452. The bottom of that bar is 443. You break that, then you're going to go fill this gap. Let me put this on a weekly and see what it looks like. Yeah, on a weekly, it looks like we're going to 442 inside the Qs seems to be game. And kind of, you can, like, so watch. On a weekly, you went up with 162 million, and that high volume bar is 289 million. This thing's not over. And we'll certainly see MSFT. Let's go look at Microsoft again. So you can see Microsoft, talking about high volume lows. Microsoft went right to the first one. The high of that was 416. The low is 404. And we hit lower than 404 last night. Maybe 404, 405. That being said, Microsoft has a couple high volume lows here. So that's telling me this thing's not over on the downside either. Yeah, they kind of stick out like a sore thumb. Like the biggest stick out in Microsoft is at 377, actually. Which, by the way, is not a big pullback when you start talking about the run that Microsoft had. In fact, let's look at this. So that's not even a... Yeah, 371 is a 0.38 to retracement. That's a strong market. Dow Industrial's up 238, Nasdaq up 470, S&P's up 98. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 117, Nasdaq's up 425, S&P's up 74. Let's go take a look at BHP. So this is a huge metal company, a lot more than just one metal. You got copper, iron ore, coal, nickel, potash, a whole ball of wax, lithium batteries. The low for the year right now is 53. The high's 69. Now, we hit the lows yesterday, but I believe this is not a bad setup. It's been on a downturn for a long time, and that's because of the base metals inside of that, which base metals have been down. That being said, what we just did this week is we rejected lower price, and you're going to have lighter volume. So that would be saying that, okay, you're at the lower end of the consolidation. You were going into 22 million. We only did 2 today. And you get down to 55.02, you're at 55.50. I think this thing will go back up to the 62. You got to see whether you're going to get the volume on the way up, And if you get this thing under the 54, get out of the way, man, because then it will go down to this 46 down at because the bottom of the consolidation is actually 46. But because it did reject that price yesterday, bottom line, you could get that bounce. I want to go back to Meta for a second because that's what's going to rock the NDX 100 after the close. It's holding price. You're up $12 right now, but you're going into, let's see, 470. Yeah, you can see this high volume. Well, actually, let me look at this. Did that test that already? Oh, interesting. So we tested the high of the high volume low buy. Man, oh man, that's amazing. Okay, so that makes that a toss-up, actually. I'm still going with it because I believe if I put this on a weekly, it's a weekly low buy too. Yeah, this wants to go down. We're going to find out in a minute. Here we go. Always remember, folks, don't forget about the Tiger Dollars. Check it out, the front page of TFNN. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night, folks. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off at 9 a.m. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.